everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and for today's video I'm going to be bringing you my February TBR. So, videos have been a mess recently, so I can't remember what I've said, when I've said it, and I don't think I've uploaded a video. I know I haven't uploaded a video in a while, but I don't think I've uploaded a video since I hit 500 subscribers, and I think that this is gonna go up today. So I just wanted to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the absolute world to me. I am shocked that I hit it in January. I have no words. Thank you. It's incredible and I'm so happy to have all of you here. I absolutely love talking to you and you guys mean the world to me, so thank you. Other than that, I don't really have anything else that I really want to say, so let's just get started with the books that I plan on reading in the month of February. So the first few are some that kind of carry over from last month that I didn't get to, or I have to read for school or something like that. So the first one is A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer. I did not end up finishing this in the month of January. I only got 40 pages in, but around the time that I picked it up, school started getting really busy, and so I'm hoping that I can prioritize this and finally finish it because I am still dying to know what's happening to some of my favorite characters that I've ever read about and all the new characters that are about to be introduced. So yeah, this is the sequel to A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which is a Beauty and the Beast retelling with a main character that has cerebral palsy, and it's incredible. The next one is one that I actually have to read for class, and that is Finding Baba Yaga by Jane Yolen. This is a rental textbook. I need to buy one. This one's actually my friend's. But this is a novel written in verse, and it's a reimagining of Baba Yaga, I guess, which I knew nothing about going in, but I guess it's like the fairy godmother of Russian or Slavic folklore, fairy tales. I don't know. I'm still not really 100% on what Baba Yaga is because I just haven't looked it up yet. But this is a really quick read and I'm almost done with it and it's been really enjoyable thus far. I do really like the verse and I do already really care about the characters, and it's like just over 100 pages long. So then another one that carries over from last month is The Shortest Distance Between Love and Hate by Sandy Hall. I just had no motivation to pick this one up because I haven't really been enjoying it that much, which is a bummer, but I'm already over halfway through, so I feel committed at this point to just finish it. It's not that long, it's like 300 pages, so I'm going to be finishing this month, maybe even today. This is about a boy named Carter and a girl named Paisley who went to middle school together, and Carter moved away after middle school, and then they end up going to the same college together and they start to have a little bit of a romance, and then Paisley remembers who Carter really is, and that was the bully of her best friend, Henry, and so she decides that she kind of cuts off whatever was developing with him, and so it's kind of like lovers to enemies to lovers story. I thought it would be more interesting than it actually is. That's not to say it's bad, I'm just kind of bored with it, but I'm gonna be finishing the last like 150 pages that I have of this. Then I have one that I have been dying to read, and that is Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Choi. She is the author of Emergency Contact, which came out a few years ago, I think. This is about a boy named Pablo who is an NYU dropout and he works at a bodega, and a girl named Leanne, I believe, who is a social media influencer, and one night, late at night, she comes into the bodega that he's working at, and I believe that a romance ensues. I have heard really amazing things about this, and I read like the first chapter when I wanted to pick this up in the bookstore, and then I never ended up getting it, but I have it now and I'm super excited to finally read it because, like I said, I've heard so many great things and it sounds like a story that I will really enjoy, and so it's been killing me to just have it sitting on my shelf staring at me unread, so I'm super excited about reading this one this month. Then I believe the last one that carries over from last month is The Starless C by Erin Morgenstern. She is the author of The Night Circus, but I'm sure you knew that. I have this available on Scribd for audiobook, and the audiobook expires February 13th, and so I really really need to get to this. This is a story about stories from what I gathered from the summary, but there's like way more detail that I can't even keep up with. The audiobook kind of stresses me out because I keep getting confused, but I've heard really amazing things about this, and so I just want to read it and finally have read an Erin Morgenstern book and also understand like the hype and her prose. Plus it sounds like it's going to be an amazing story anyway, so I'm really excited to read this one too. Next, we have one of my most anticipated releases from last year, but it was from late last year, so I never ended up getting to it, and that is Girls of Storm and Shadow by Natasha Nyan. This is the sequel to Girls of Paper and Fire, which is an Asian-inspired fantasy story, where there are 3 different casts. So there are demons and humans, and then humans. The casts are called something else, but I can't really remember. And in this world, the humans, the paper cast, are kind of treated like nothing. And so the Demon King each year calls for 8 paper girls to essentially be his concubines, and our main character, Lei, gets called up to be a concubine, and she's not happy about it, whereas most people see it as an honor. And so she has to kind of deal with that and maybe hold her tongue, maybe fight for what she believes in, but can she? Because she's not a demon, she doesn't really have any power. There is a female-female romance that takes place, and it's really cute. I really enjoyed the first book when I read it last year, and so I'm really excited to see how everything continues. Trigger warning in the first book for sure for sexual assault and rape. I'm not sure what else there might be a trigger warning for because it's been such a long time since I've read it, so I would definitely recommend looking up Goodreads reviews before you go into it so that you can be aware of that. Then I have a bunch of graphic novels that I really want to get to. The first one is Mooncakes by Wendy Zhu and Suzanne Walker. I actually have started this. I think I'm like 30 pages in maybe. This is about a girl named Nova and another character named Tam who is non-binary, and they live in a world with magic, and there's like a werewolf thing going on. I don't really know. I just heard Books with Chloe and Irish Reader talk about this a lot last year when they had arcs from Book Expo, and so I really wanted to give it a try, and it was out of stock for a really long time, and so now I'm so excited that I finally have my hands on it. I'm really excited to read this. I've been wanting this since it came out. It's insane. The next graphic novel that I really want to pick up is Monstrous Volume 2, The Blood. I read Volume 1 back in December and really loved it. This one is significantly shorter. This is a steampunk fantasy graphic novel series where there are monsters and there are humans, and then there are like half-breeds, and we are following the main character, Micah Halfwolf, who is a half-breed, and she has something going on inside of her that she doesn't really understand, and a bunch of people are after her, and it's crazy, it's amazing. It took me a little bit to get into the first one just because there was a lot going on, but once I did, I was super invested, and I'm so excited to continue on. I have volumes 3 and 4 on my shelf as well, but I don't want to stress myself out by putting them on this list, so I'm saying volume 2, but maybe possibly 3 and 4 as well. Then I have really been in the mood to read manga, specifically continuing on with Waiting for Spring by Anna Shin. This is a graphic novel series. This is a manga series about this girl named Mitsuki who is starting high school, and she doesn't really have that many friends. She's kind of an outcast, and one day while she's working at this restaurant, the 4 most popular boys in her grade that are on the basketball team come in, and they form an unlikely friendship and possibly a romance. And it's so cute, so wholesome. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It's just, I love it. I love it so much, and I've really missed reading from the points of view of these characters. So again, I'm just putting volume 7 because this is the volume that I'm on, but I might continue on even further with the series. And volume 12 just came out, so I really need to catch up. Then I have a couple more physical books that I want to read. So the first one is Wicked As You Wish by Rinchipeko. This doesn't come out until March 3rd. This is actually an arc that we received in the December Fairy Loot box. This is about a group of characters that come from a world called Avalon where there is a bunch of magic, and one day they get kicked out of it for something, and they end up in Arizona where there is absolutely no magic, and they have to find their way back to Avalon, and I believe someone is helping them who is like someone who prevents magic from happening. It sounds really good. It sounds like it's going to be kind of funny to me. I don't know why, but I'm really excited to get to this, hopefully this month. Like I said, it comes out in March, and so I wanted to read it before it came out because otherwise I feel like I would have wasted an arc. Then lastly, I have a pretty popular book, and that is City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. I have only ever read City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I have not read any other Shadowhunter books, and so I'm super excited. I have this saved on Scribd because I couldn't get through the physical book, so hopefully I will again continue further along with the series because I have all of the audiobooks saved, but I'm really excited to kind of hopefully slowly make my way through this series and through this world so that I can be caught up by the end of the year and hopefully read Chain of Gold and not be super behind. Even though I already am definitely super behind, hopefully by this year I will have caught up. One last book that I want to talk about is another one that I'm currently reading on Scribd, but I'm not listening to the audiobook, I'm just reading the physical book, and that is Oliver Loving by Stephen Merrill. His middle name is in there somewhere, and I don't remember what it is, so I apologize. But this is about a boy who was shot at a school dance and survived it when he was 17 because he went to meet this girl that he really liked, and he hasn't talked since the incident, and his family has gone a bunch of different ways, and the girl that was there that he was trying to like impress or whatever, not even impress, but just get to know, hasn't talked about it since, and a new treatment is discovered and offered to this family to finally get inside Oliver's mind and get some answers because the town hasn't been the same since. It sounds like it's going to be really heartbreaking but still really, really intriguing, and so I am so excited to get to it. It sounds like it's going to be insane and, like I said, super intense. So yeah, I'm really excited to finish that one. I'm also kind of nervous. Those are the multiple books that I want to try and read in the month of February. I hope that it's possible. I haven't done any reading really so far this month, but I managed to read 9 months. I managed to read 9 books in the month of January, so hopefully I can kind of continue on that streak and read a bunch of books, but we will just have to see. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you're all doing well, reading mentally and otherwise, and I really hope to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!